Woods in for Oliver Rennick. It's time to discuss earnings and some stocks that investors should keep their eyes on. For that, we welcome in Tammy Trenta, founder and CEO of Family Financial. Tammy, thanks so much for joining us. There's a lot of excitement here on the floor of the stock exchange, if you can hear some cheering going on. But I do want to start by talking to you about earnings season. Obviously kicked off today with those big banks. Started with a down day, seems like we're going to see red arrows. And then what changed that turned sentiment about those bank earnings from negative to positive?
Well, obviously we have higher interest rates, which can be good for banks, but the headwind on that is that you've got mortgages that are sort of standstill right now. So there's not a lot of volume coming in for new mortgages. I think refinances are down 87%, and the new mortgages are down 30%. So it's hard to kind of maintain that volume. And so, I mean, personally, I'm a little hesitant to jump into financial stocks, but I know the market is seeing that as a positive sign. One explanation for that is, a lot of times earnings are looking 6 months past. And, I know we all have this idea in our heads from what the Fed has said about rates continuing to increase, but we are starting to see softening in wage growth and signs in the market that the economy is slowing. So I think that the market is looking past that.
Okay, so you're not interested in financials right now, but you are interested in growth stocks, especially tech. So make the case. And before you talk about the actual stocks you want, tell us why you like tech.
Well, when you look at how all the asset classes performed last year, QQQ, which is the index for the NASDAQ 100, was down 33% last year. It was, the worst performing area of the market. And so those tech companies have already lightened up their balance sheet. Consumers are still spending, and and you look statistically, like historically on the markets, the longest the market has ever been down was 25 months, and that was the tech bubble followed by 9/11. And so if we believe we're in month 13 of a bear market, then we should be poised to recover this year. It might not be in the next few months, but I think that the market is looking at what Powell's comments are, and it seems like there's a tug of war between the Fed and the stock market, because the stock market really wants to get over last year and start to improve for this year.
There's definitely some mixed signals going on. So you mentioned the QQQ. You say that's poised for a recovery. We've already seen a 5.5% jump in 2023. You also like Amazon, which I was just talking with Tom White, which is up about 17% this year, but you'd still bet on Amazon right now at these levels?
Absolutely. In fact, one of the things I was looking at was how there's, in the real estate space, real estate as an asset class was down 27% last year. But one area that is really maintaining its value is in the industrial space. And in the industrial space is where many of the online retailers are storing their goods and services. So that seems to be an area that will continue to grow as people move from retailers to online shopping. Amazon is a leader in e-commerce. They have multiple revenue streams. And so, we are very positive on Amazon.
What about in terms of energy? What's your call there? So
we looked at energy as oil continues to, be a necessity this year, that we need the infrastructure. And so master limited partnerships, that energy infrastructure seems like a good place to be at the moment. We actually exited real estate as an asset class last year and replaced it with the energy infrastructure ETF, thinking that the dividend is still good and it should be a good year for that. So we're waiting to get back into real estate to, see how the Fed shakes out with interest rates. Typically, real estate has a longer market cycle than the stock market, so we're patient there.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for those picks. Tammy Trenta of Family Financial, really appreciate it. And just so you know, I'm told that whooping is because it's a 3-day weekend. So fun fact,
Excellent.
I didn't realize that. So whoop. Thanks, Tammy.